Good morning. I'm early. Just so I'm on time. I'm just doing stuff. Go on, do your thing. We ain't on yet. Thank you, Deborah. Tunes in my ear. I realize I look like a fool when I dance to the music in my head. I'd like to care. Hello, Marla. It's good to see you. I've seen you in other people's chats, but I ain't seen you in a while. I'm on very early. Good morning, Lori. I am doing kind of a top stitch, pinching the sides, so it has a little more standing power. I'm not going all the way to the edge because it's just too much stuff there. Song playing in my head at the moment is Blake Shelton, The Girl Can't Help It. Whoops. So I had so many technical problems with my stuff yesterday. I did not clean my machine or change the needle. I know it's really not fair. I have music in my ear and you don't. Really should do it. I'm all right. And clean it. And I was gonna change my blade today, just for good measure. I didn't. Imagine that. Oh, wow. That's not pretty. That's okay. We're just going to do this. Probably have to redo that. I had a nest because it wasn't seated properly. It happens. Oh, now it's share. What's it called? Believe. I always want to add more words to that title. Goodness, there goes the chat. Oops. Getting good vibes going this morning. Tech ain't gonna get to me. My back ain't gonna get to me. Said my prayers all the time. And I think because I'm contrary. Okay. Guess I will get in chat. I still have music in my ear. I'm not turning it off yet. I have 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes. Okay. I'm going to say good morning again. Deborah, I saw your question. Your sewing machine cover looks great. Lori says, thank you very much. I'm thrilled. I am not good with scraps and crumbs. I am thrilled with how this turned out. I already showed that side. You can tell where I was trying to be very controlled when I started putting these scraps together months ago. And then at some point, there you go. Whatever I had in my hand got sewn to something else. Oh, good morning, Lynn Bilas. Good afternoon. Oh, it's supposed to be hot here. 90s all week. And I can't remember what that is in Celsius. I actually looked it up. Marla says she's not a morning person. Do watch replays later at night. I understand that. I get a lot of replays, mostly because I've realized I actually have small panic attacks when I try to go into live chats on other people's channels, especially bigger channels. I can manage if it's a small, but when they're bigger, I know why that occurs, but it's not something that's in my control. So I just get replays. Oh, Lynn had amazing thunderstorms the last couple of days. We had rain. I like the rain. I used to hate the rain because I used to go out and lay out years ago. But now that I don't go out and lay out, I like the rain. And I always love the smell of rain. Oh, okay. Deborah asked, why do you have your thread spool upside down? Practically Creative says, early bird. I saw a message. I'm going to have to figure that out because I had to reset my phone this weekend. I'll get back to, I will get to this. I had to reset my phone yesterday because it kept not sending texts and not receiving texts. And after I did a factory reset and erased everything on it, it's sending text, but now the font is this big and it won't let me pinch and zoom. And I know there's a way to do it, but I have a headache. And after all weekend of trying to fight every app on my phone, I'm not picking that fight at the moment. No, and there is Tracy. Sherlock says, it's a blazing, I'm going to say that's the word she was trying to use. Autocorrect. 52 degrees this morning in Michigan. Show off. I love 52 and open up those windows. I had to leave the air conditioner on. I'm delicate. We don't want to glisten this morning. We will. Thank you for the links, ladies, and the people in the blue with the ridges are my moderators, and they do have my permission to use that at their discretion. They know my standards. They know my values. And if you can't be nice, be gone. Why you gotta be like that? I could ask you the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna put that down. I will finish sewing on it because why not? It's a sewing chat. I am gonna stop the music. I've had enough music in my ear. Oh, good morning, Dee Dee. Did I miss anyone? I will scroll back. I do have a little bit of a headache. I can't put the patches on this morning because I when you put them on so often, every time you take them off, it takes off a layer of skin. At least it does on me. Maybe it doesn't anybody else. It takes off a layer of skin. So there's just dry red patch where my salon paws usually go. And I think I'm going to let that heal up before I do any more. I'll get ice and heat on it later. And it'll be fine. I'm just telling you. So, you see me squirming. You see me rubbing my neck. Such is life. Just another day in paradise, people. Oh, okay. Deborah says only 61 here right now, going up to blazing 67 later. Welcome to your guys' houses. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to my friends' houses. This spool. What I did was, I'm cheap. I didn't want to go buy a spool holder. I have this. It actually works really good. It's metal, plastic top. It's a coffee cup. I really like it. It works really well. When it's a full spool, all I have to do is set it on the table. Set it on the table, put this back there, and it comes up and down just like it's supposed to. This kept getting, I did have them inside. Not all of them do this. Some of them I'll put inside this and it doesn't catch. It doesn't wobble and catch really bad. This one was catching really bad inside this. And of course it's too light to stand up beside it. So I was like, okay, gonna fight with me. Let's fight. I put it here. I put it there. I had it right side up. I turn it upside down and it starts working. The only time it gives me trouble, and like that one stitch I did, that's because I had the pressure from this helps. The pressure from your foot being down. This is my own opinion. I don't know that this is fact. So I could be lying to everyone and making up stories, and you're welcome. I made your day more interesting trying to figure out what's the truth coming out of my mouth. When you put the press your foot down, it causes pressure to hold everything and move it through. When that pressure, okay, when the foot, because I'm getting tongue-tied, is slightly up, it changes. It doesn't have the same tension on those threads, and it gets me a nest under there. That's what happened that I already cut out in one of these corners. I didn't do it all the time because I moved my fabric down far enough that it was flat. It doesn't bother me that there's a gap up there. I'm fine with it. I like it. And see if I can show you. Let's find a place that's not so shameful. Oh, that's pretty good. See if I can get the camera to focus. Stand up so I can see what you see. Okay, it focused for a second for me. Hopefully you can see that. I did Halo showed it. Melissa's screaming at me. What is it called? Blanket stitch. I did a blanket stitch. I thought that looked really nice, and it added interesting because it's patchwork. I thought that blanket stitch is very patchworky looking for me, so I thought that was cute. So that's what I did. And friends, don't look at front seams. If you're looking now as I show the inside of these seams, shame on you. Oh, yeah, I do. I'm perky this early. Inside, I did not glue this down. I just pulled it over and sewed, and I was not all that concerned about it being completely even. Like right here, there's just barely a lip here. Over here, we have a lot bigger lip. Now, if I was concerned about it being even, I would have done a couple things. One, I would not have used a 2.5 inch wide strip, folded in half, and then sewn on, because it always leaves too much over here. Every time I do it, I was not concerned about that because I kept hearing a voice in my head saying, it wasn't in my head actually, saying, this is supposed to be fun. Actually, that's what Halo was saying during her video, because I had it playing as I did this for the construction part of it. And I was like, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be fun. I am not going to sit here and fiddle with this to make it perfect. One, no, I don't do that. Shutter. In fact, if you're looking for perfection, you ain't gonna find it here. And if you do find it, let us all know, because I'm funny. In the mornings, pre-coffee. After my music. Okay. So I had to reset my phone. My phone, I can't upload anything onto YouTube from my phone. I have an old phone, which I have a plan for, because it still has the internet. Ow. Every time I see people talk about what their channels are about, sorry about that, my head was turned from the mic. What their channels are about, what they're doing, what interfacing did you use, Coleen? What interfacing? I used what you gave me, and I don't know for a fact that that was interfacing, but it felt the same. Oh, let's get my cheat sheet up. And I did use a Pelon to finish it off because I only had enough piece left for that one. I have cheat sheets I didn't get up yet. Let's see. Interfacing. Let's see what I used. Nope, wasn't that. Pelon 931 TD. Mid-weight fusible fabric stabilizer. Is that? No, that's not what it was. Was it? This is the wrong page. Wrong page. Ignore what I just said. Is the wrong page? You asked the hard questions. I was ill prepared to answer, but I'm getting there. It's on my last live. Let me bring that up. I do see Melissa. Marla. I'm going to go back and read that. And thank you, Melissa, for the FOMO. Oh, where is the... I did remember to turn my speakers off, so I'm not hearing myself when I bring up a different tab to make sure I'm still playing. Oh, that's not right. Hopefully I don't take my own internet away by doing this. It redistributes internet, which drives me batty and looks funny for you guys. Okay, I was right. It was the Pelon 931 TD midweight fusible fabric. And since I've got that up, I will drop it in. It's a little bit lighter. I only used one piece. I was going to double it. I'm an experimenter. So first I want to see how this much fabric is going to hold up on its own, because I put it in a box, but a box is half the size. It doesn't need to stand up at all. I want it to stand up a little bit. So the first one, I'm going to make 3 eventually. Do things when I feel like it. So I only put 1 piece in it to see how good it would stand up. And it's doing really well, especially this little stitch I'm adding on the corners is helping. You can tell. Well, maybe you can't tell. This one is falling. This one stays higher. See what I mean? So that little stitch I put across here is helping to keep it up. And I forgot to put the handle on it. But at this point, I'm calling it a design choice. I didn't forget. It was a design choice. I've been practicing to be a narcissist. Things you shouldn't say out loud. Okay. Now I will get into my chat. Sorry about that. Now I see why Melissa said, I know, right? Good morning, Deb Somerville. Good morning, morning, morning. Good to see you. And my subscriber only is on. It's on for 48 hours. You have to be subscribed for 48 hours to be able to comment in the live chat. You can always comment underneath the videos with no subscription maximum, minimum. Okay, I wasn't doing too bad. Tracy says it takes more muscles to frown than to smile. So save the workout and smile and be nice. I like that. Melissa, Marla retracted your message. I'm not calling you out, Marla. I'm just saying it makes me laugh. That's why I put it in my bot. FOMO, someone has retracted a message. This has triggered FOMO in your host. Fingers and spell check, most likely reason, but Coleen now thinks we're keeping secrets. I really can't help myself. Girl can't help it. Okay. Marla says, I saw a sign yesterday that said, if you can't figure out how to be nice, then figure out how to be quiet. So true. She's like, I need that sign. I think we all need that sign. Agreed, Marla. Tracy says, agreed, Marla. I have a similar saying that. Okay. NSFW, it stands for stuff. Practically Creative says, my personal one is be nice or be gone. That's one I subscribe to also. Oh, she says, Practically Creative, who is Melissa, and will be on later tonight, 7 p.m. Storms. And her arthritis and everything else, do what we can when we can. Lynn, or better finished than perfect. Yes. Practically Creative, it's a sewing machine cover. It does not have to be perfect. And Marla, how is the farmer's market boutique doing? I've sold a couple of things. I didn't sell anything this weekend. It was very rainy. Sales were down for the bonus folks too. So Sherlock So says it's holding up pretty good. One side is heavier because of all the seams. It keeps it, that extra stitch keeps it upright. And that's what I was doing. I was experimenting on one side and I thought, well, I'm going to do one side. Well, I didn't think that out before I decided to take pictures to put on YouTube. I did one side, and after I took the pictures, I was like, oh, I should have finished that. That's all right. They get the gist. Practically creative. That's the way to do it. Use what you have. Yep. Let's see. Deb, somebody subscribed a very long time, but usually just watch. Thank you. I appreciate that. Not safe for work. NSFW. Tracy told me what it meant. Thank you. Thank you. My mind was not going to figure that out for nothing today. Well, there's a thing, and I'm going to address it for about 30 seconds. Somebody time me and say, shut up at the end of my 30 seconds. There are what I call covert trolls. They don't get enough of terrorizing people. They have to continue and continue and continue, and they'll wait literally a year and continue. So to try to alleviate the covert trolls from entering and causing chaos, try. So far, so good. That's why I have subscriber only mode on. So it's for everybody's peace of mind. And I almost did 2 weeks because I saw, was my 30 seconds up? Let's say it is. Oh, but anyway, thank you for the subscriptions. What am I at? I was at 1140, I think, this morning. So yay. Thank you all for that. That is all you. Oh, Marla says, my husband came and took my iPad, so I had to bring you up on my phone. Not easy to chat on my phone. Drink. I won't do chats on my phone, especially right now. It's even smaller. Well, let me scroll in. So I understand and I get it. This weekend, I had some, time is it? Checking the time. We had been spending responsibly for a while. My husband's been getting some extra hours at work, which he is not happy about, but he certainly likes to check when he brings it home. So, and I'm not happy about it either, but me too. So he got a splurge buy. And after he got a splurge buy, he's like, so what are you going to buy? I hadn't thought about it. But then I did. Missouri Star had tons of sales this weekend, and I have no self-control. No, actually, I do have a little bit. So I went to the small shops that I like. One has been closed. I have been waiting for her to open to see if there's anything that's going to go with what I'm wanting to do, which I know there has to be because she's got good taste. Anyway, I did get to order from Missouri Star and from Halo this weekend. Should get probably all that in a couple weeks, which will be nice. And thank goodness I didn't spend the entire amount that he gave me because I thought I was going to have to replace the phone. And I thought, my first thought was, this is where this was going. My first thought was, okay, do I want to save this money and possibly buy a new computer if I ever get extra to add to it? Because this computer is messing with everything. Speaking of which, check my picture to make sure I'm not wonky for you. Sometimes it's the internet, sometimes it's the camera. Mic, same thing. And after I thought about it, I was like, okay, what's gonna make me happier? My computer goes down. I may not get one that's great, but I think would replace the parts that are broken. So I'm not going to replace my entire computer. First of all, I don't know that I want to spend that much money on to be on a platform that they change the rules as they go along and they only enforce some of their rules. That's really been getting on my nerves. And every Monday I'm like, do I even want to go on? Well, no, I go on because I like to chat. I like talking to you guys. Why is only my top chat on? Playing keep away this morning. So I decided, I saw hearts flying. I decided I was going to buy fabric. I'm not a responsible shopper. But anyway, so I've got fabric coming. Deborah Holman says, thanks for the YouTube suggestions, Coleen. Oh, you're welcome. And once again, I appreciate my moderators sharing all those links. And when I started sewing, I am actually very leery of sites I don't know. And I'm going to give you a for instance, and you're going to look at me and go, you live in Missouri. How do you not know that that's a thing? When I started sewing, needed thread, couldn't go to stores, needed some fabric because didn't have none, using clothes. I was like, actually, my sister-in-law eventually gave me some. But I was trying to find a place to buy from that was close because, shipping was crazy. I found Missouri Star. Now, I had started watching the Fabric Patch in Washington State. I ordered a couple things from there, but that's long shipping and it's a little bit more shipping. Do it when I can, can't always. It's life. So I found Missouri Star and I was like, I was asking the Google, is Missouri Star legit? Google informed me, 1, it is. 2, it has been for quite a while. 3, it is just a few hours north of me, and shame on me for not knowing that. I'm like, whoops. So then I started shopping at Missouri Star, and I found Fat Quarter on I may have found Fat Quarter shop first, but then when I don't shop Etsy, there's too many unknowns. Like, some people can have pets and have sales at the same house, and it's not going to affect my allergies. I have one that I order from. I've never had an allergy attack. They have cats everywhere, which I am allergic to. Others, not so much. So I just don't shop on Etsy usually. And the exception to that would be Miss Steph, who I have been patiently waiting to get back to open up her shop. And then there was Halo. I found Halo through Sassy Steph. And she's just now opening a brick and mortar store, which is amazing. And I'm super happy for her. Oh, where did I go? Responsible shopping is overrated. Gee, you little enabler. So much on counting on my friends for keeping me grounded and not overdoing it. It's enablers. Lauren says, you're right, Dee Dee. And Dee Dee is at my big tidy up, who keeps me inspired. I must have done nothing this week. When I was watching her video, next thing I know, she's doing a fridge, label, container, all that, refilling containers, putting new labels on them. Maybe it was just putting new labels on. I make up things. Go watch her and check her out. Which reminded me, I need to refill the pancake mix that I just washed the container of and fix the label on it because chalk pin came off. So I used a marker, which just ran all together on the little tag thing I used. So I'm not going to use that again. Once it starts peeling off, I'll take it off. It's there for the time being. Anyway, suddenly I'm doing stuff and I'm emptying all these drawers again to resituate. I had a pile over here, a big pile of stuff. I was like, don't need it next to me. Don't need it next to me. Don't need it next to me. Why is all of this stuff right here next to me when it could be in the other room? And I emptied out some drawers so I could, and this leads to what I was going to talk about, so I could try to organize my thoughts and my projects that I would like to do in a better manner. I really enjoyed doing the Halloween block, the Halloween panel with the random blocks from, it's hidden. Why? Because I'm pulling out things again. Ugh. Every time I do a live, I pull out everything I own. I did a bunch of random blocks from the Quilt Builders card deck to go around that, and I really enjoyed that. The panel takes up a lot of space. It doesn't need as much around it, and I can make them all different sizes and then just put fabric around them to bring them up to the same size, like a log cabin or something. I really enjoyed that, and I was thinking I'd like to do that. I've got plenty of panels and only have a box, and then some. I started taking the panels and putting them into the other categories because my panel box is getting too full. I really need to start using them. That being said, what I ordered this weekend was some stuff that might go with that and some stuff that might go with that. And oh, good point, Tracy. Sherlock. Oh, she's talking to Deb. Where did I go? Lynn, I got a bundle shop from MSQC. It got to me in a week, faster than some of my British stores. Wow. Now, see, I used to order from Washington. I would get that in a week. Those ladies are on it at the Fabric Patch in Ephrata, Washington. There's a squirrel visiting outside. Literal squirrel. I would get from them in a week, and I would be waiting on Missouri Star. Now, it has to do with yardage too. If they have to cut yardage to order, it takes you longer to get your order. Why? I don't seem to have that problem with Fat Quarter Shop. I don't know. I just accept that that's how it is, and I like to order from them. So if that's the case, it's fine. They have gotten me yardage orders in as little as a week. So, you know, since I'm unable to go enjoy shopping, and my local store that I can get to, if I can catch it open, I took pictures so I could look at them when I want to buy something. I could look at the pictures and think, okay, what am I going to go in for? Because I can't stand there and walk around. They moved everything on me. I think they're taking cues from Walmart. They moved everything on me. So I do need some grace. I'll get to that. Anyway, Tracy said Dee Dee is enabling so she can teach you more tidy up. That is a brilliant marketing strategy, Dee Dee. Aren't you glad you thought of it? I have emojis now on my chat screen over here that will, I don't know if you guys can see them. I can see them. I don't know why I'd want to give myself hearts and laughs. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that hasn't been there before. Sherlock says, I just found my builder's block cards. Gotta love my hubby and son to pack it away while painting. Dee Dee, it's all part of my diabolical plan. Oh, I know it is. Yay, Deborah Holdman says she's finally going to see the orthopedic doctor on Friday, trying to get that knee surgery. And Sylvia has gotten tests. They don't have her eye figured out yet. Hopefully they get that figured out soon, because she can't sew at her machine because she can't see it, but she can do the hand stitching because she doesn't need her glasses to do that. So she's been doing a lot of hand stitching shorts, and they're beautiful. They are beautiful. And if you haven't checked out Sylvia over at You and Me FPP, she's doing some slow stitching is what she's in. And she's doing, I had a cheat sheet. See, I told you I have a cheat sheet, and I was going to remember all the things today. That's a number cheat sheet. I'm not going to remember all the things today. Sylvia is doing a 100-day stitch along, whether it's hand stitching or whether it's sewing machine stitching, and she had some themes to go along with them. Melissa is doing her, I'm looking at chat. Melissa is doing her mystery quilt with the, it's not a sew along, it's just what she's going to come up with. It could be a sew along. She's doing the mystery quilt with her scan and cut, which was also on my do I want to get a scan and cut this weekend list. Do I want to get Eversew machine? Nope, these machines work just fine. I'm not paying that much money for a new machine when I got one that, 2, 3, when I've got several that work. And the scan and cut, that would be, there's just not enough space. There's not enough space in my space without rejiggering all the furniture I've got, getting different furniture, because I was thinking about that too, some small pieces. And I decided no on that too, because it's just too much. It's too much to do. So what was I saying? Lynn says, I have a heart emoji. Congrats. YouTube is finicky. Lori says, yard sales. I got a new sewing machine. LOL. See, if I could go to yard sales, we'd be in trouble. I can't walk around without, at the store, I just use a cart. I use a cart. I lean over because upright is a problem. I would have to use a walker to go to yard sales. And I'm a vain person. I'm just not going to do that. And besides using a walker, which there's nothing wrong with. I saw an emoji, not an emoji, a meme one time that really disappointed me in a person I knew. It had a overweight person in a Walmart shopping go thingy, you know, the scooter, shopping scooter. And it said something about them being lazy. And I thought, how rude and hateful are you? You don't know their circumstances. You can't see what's wrong with people to look at them, and you don't have an x-ray. Be nice. That really hurt my feelings because my back had just started to not let me be upright and go to the store, and the doctors are like, get a scooter. I was like, I'm not getting a scooter. Get a scooter. No, I'm not going to get a scooter, because then how do I get to the bottom shelves anyway? There's still up and down is hard on your back if you're having spine problems. So anyway, there will come a time that I have to do things like that. And when I have to do it, I will. And pray that people are smarter and kinder than that person that put that meme up thinking it was hilarious. Lori says, that was, I saw another comment. That was the first yard sale I'd been to in years. Friends had to stop. What great luck is that? That's awesome. Deborah Holman, I'm going backwards now. I have 7 machines to use. The only machine I would think about buying is an embroidery machine. Now these have what they're called embroidery quilting machines. This one and my other one both are called that. They're not like the big ornate embroidery machines, which I did look out this weekend and I was like, nah. Let's see what I have. And the emoji signal is covering up the very bottom comment all the time. A grabber and scooter. Thank goodness Wayne goes to the store for me. Yep, a grabber. My mom kept telling me to get one of those. My husband, he used to get on to me. People don't understand a lot of things till it happens to them. And it's not just, I know occasionally I have that problem too. I try to be understanding and think, what if it was me? There are people who literally cannot put themselves into someone else's place. They can't. They don't have the ability to think what they're doing and how it's going to affect somebody else. And those are very hard people to be around when you have problems. But anyway, I used to drop things and I'm like, that's going to have to stay there till my back stops seizing up. And he made a comment one day that I was dropping everything. I was just leaving it. I was like, no, when I drop something, I say, I'm going to come back and pick that up. And it happens within the day. It's not like I leave it there indefinitely. I have spasms. It feels like they're on my spine. I don't know if that's how the doctors would say it, but it's like a contraction. Somebody grabbing around my spine. They need to stop so I can bend. And so I could stand up in time. So I was just, and I couldn't get him to understand that until his back started bothering him. He dropped something. I was like, leave it. One of us will get it as we walk by. Yes, I'm not alone anymore. Bad person. Practically creative, as in I would never have. Oh, I'd never use the grabber to hit people. It gave me a heart. Me neither. I don't hit people because they might deserve it. Okay, I'm going to give you some numbers real quick before I start talking about all the mess I've got over here, which you can't see until I told you. Melissa is at, I'm sorry, that was probably very annoying, but Melissa is at 2.51K. Sylvia over at You and Me FVP is 823. Dawn at My Quilt Projects is 897. Both so close to their 1K. If you haven't subscribed to them, check them out. I'm not going to tell you got to subscribe to everybody I subscribe to because that is unrealistic expectations. And although I think you should, you already know that. Our friend Brandy over at 100 Proof Quilter, who is on, last I checked, 9 o'clock Monday morning, Eastern Standard Time. Lori, Quilting in the Country, is at 228. She is growing. She is getting back on YouTube slowly. So be patient. Life happens. You know, we may not be here all the time. We want to. Miss Ellen is at 709, and that is really the only people I've got. Give her some subscription love too, if you haven't, if you got time, if you like your stuff. And then, of course, oh, I thought I wrote it down. I saw Shannon over is on Slay Arts. Shannon over at Slay Arts got 400. So congratulations to her. Yay. Thank you for the links. I appreciate that, you guys. There are links in the chat, and there are a bunch of links underneath the video. So you can find new people, visit with new people. Maybe they're doing something you like. Maybe they're doing something a little bit more structured than what I do. I was working on it. And there's a link to Shannon. Thank you, Lori. Wow. My friend Angel calls it quilter's bling. I do have a lint roll thing over here. I just crazy trying to keep all the bling off. What was I saying? Okay, got the numbers. I'm going to try to, oh, you can see this. This is plastic. One is from the Dollar Tree. It's a shower curtain. I wanted to see what it was going to be like to sew it. Yeah, so I have a frame of reference. I also ordered some, I believe it's by Annie vinyl from Missouri Star this weekend. So I can see how that sews. But I'm going to see if I can sew it to put in tags. See what it sews like. Now, I'm just going to use some fabric, but you could use binding and put binding around it because I want to see what it's going to sew like. So you may have tried this. You may already know what it's going to do. I don't, so I'm going to try it. Just put it right there. There's some. Well, I got the plastic. I forgot the fabric. I had some pieces over here. You know what? Scraps. Not those scraps. That's flannel. I don't want to sew flannel. Have some scraps. What's good for your scraps? Oh, that's a good one. Because I want to know if I could, if it was possible. I think it's possible. I just have to watch some videos, stuff like that. Because I've been told, and I've told you guys this, I don't have original ideas. I'm okay with that. When I see things, I'll tell you where I saw it. But the shower curtain from Walmart, their cheapest one, is just a little bit thinner. It stands up a little bit better. Maybe not. I wanted to see what it's going to sound like. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wrap it around it. No, I'm not. Going on the fly. What I was thinking is take a piece of like binding and tack it to the edge. Need a long stitch, otherwise it's going to tear on you. I have sewn on this particular stuff before. You know what? Oh, I've got this too. So the foot doesn't stick, so the plastic doesn't stick. Don't need a big piece, it's just tissue paper. Just tissue paper. I've got wax paper I use too. I could be neater about it. I don't feel like it. This is not a neatness. Oh, I have magnets. I need to keep them away from things. Okay. So I'm going to put it on the tissue. Just give this a quick fold over like I'm doing my binding. Before it would go on the container, I would do this. Too many electronics to get out of the way. I don't know how far this is in because I can't hardly see it, but I'm okay with that because it's a test. This is only a test. No problem. And what I was thinking was after you sew, like binding, this probably doesn't sound good, does it? Oops. Grab that tissue paper, comes right off, nothing left. Then, let's see, how did this work in my mind before? That's the raw edge. I don't want raw edges showing, so you fold it over again. Go further in, because there's a stitch right here. Go all the way over here on that binding. I think it'll be okay with that at this time. See how stiff that. Because I like labels. And the plastic thingies, sleeves, plastic sleeves I have for labels. I think this is too thin. It would work. It would definitely work, but it is very, very thin. My lines aren't stretched, nothing else. This was a test to see how this, the plastic doesn't come off. That's really what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if it was so thin that it was going to tear right off. That shower curtain does not come off. I'm giving it a pretty good tug. That's what I wanted to see. So I think I could use it for, I do like this better because it's stiffer. And I think it'll hold up a little bit longer. I will probably like the Buying Annie a lot better because it's 18 gauge. This doesn't say a gauge on it, does it? It might, but I don't read Spanish. I think that's Spanish. Yeah. Don't use in cribs, beds, carriages, or playpens. Don't put bags over your head either. Let's see. See, I was thinking there's got to be a way. Move it into the side, stick it on that side, and then just tap that down. And you could cut off the excess, which I heard afterwards. I'm going to use this because there's not enough fabric there to keep it from sticking on me. They make a Teflon foot that's supposed to be for this. I'm just playing around. And if I don't need a Teflon foot, I won't get one because I don't need more stuff sitting around my house. Unless it's fabric. You're going to see me next time I get out to do a show and tell. I just want to see how it holds up against the stitching. Stitch length is 2.5 on this machine. I quilt with a 2.5 to a 3, so it's a pretty big. See, I got it like that, and then just turn that over onto the, pretend this is a box, onto the box. And all you have to do is fold over your raw edges and sew them inside to encase them. And I would bet $90 right now. I say random numbers. My son, when you have a son that's a mathematician, a computer science, dual major, all A's, and you start doing things like putting out random numbers, like it's a thing, it means something. I'm 80% sure this is going to work. I'm 90% sure. Where did you come up with that number? It drives me nuts. I don't do it just because it drives me nuts. Or do I? And then, yeah, that would work. I could totally do that. But since I'm getting the biennial, I'm probably going to totally do that. The tissue, pretend like that's your box. It totally works. Made a label holder. Go all the way around to do that. Either you know or you don't know and you think I'm just bad. That's okay too. Cool. Oh, this one did not hold up. Did it tear? Yeah, it tore. This one, oh, look at that. Why did this one tear? Maybe I need a bigger stitch. Let's try a bigger stitch. Because now I need to know. That's not helpful. That's crazy. This thin little piece here is not tearing at all. You can't see what I'm doing. This thin little piece here, it's a little bit cheaper, is not tearing at all. You can see I'm stretching it. Well, maybe you can't see. Stretching it, it's not tearing. This perforated and tore right off. So my conclusion is maybe I need a bigger stitch. I like the heavier better. But there's all kinds of stuff sold to make bags, to make I like to try things. Terrible about not taking somebody else's word for it, which, you know, you saw mine. Maybe do 3.5. Maybe it's far enough that it doesn't break it. Yeah, that worked better. I just need a bigger stitch. Thicker material, I needed a bigger stitch, which is, that's fine. It's not perforating. Oh, nope, that was just loose threads. Well, that's cool. I can make label covers for those fabric bins that I have. I'm not going to make label covers right now. And yes, I did just throw that in the trash. That's big enough piece I'll use for something else. So now I know. And I'm writing on this package. Use a 3.5 stitch or bigger, because I write tips on pages so I don't forget them. So now I know it would work, but I'm going to get the vinyl. I don't know when. Okay, that mess out of the way. I hear things falling in behind me. I'm having ideas this weekend, and I was like, too many ideas. I finally gave in and wrote them down like Melissa says. Get a piece of paper. And hopefully I don't lose it. Labels. I tried that. I was thinking the two color quilts that Shannon and Stephanie are doing. I had Wow. I poked at that plastic. This is my double wedding ring box. These are fabrics that I think I would love, because if I make one, I will only make one. And that. They are, and that's just today when my phone messed with me. I just threw everything into this box and said I was mad and pouted. I pout. True story. I had gotten all the interfacing drawn instead of buying the interfacing white. Give me something to do. But you can buy it. It's, and the acrylic I have and the pattern is from Egg Money Quilts, Eleanor Burns. But I was looking in this box. These are the colors I have that I wanted to do it in. And I thought, well, I don't want to have to store a lot of quilts right now. Mentally and physically, I don't want to do it. There's a limited amount of space. I need to be smarter than I have been. But the dark blue, the cream, and I'm going to go to my local quilt shop and hope they feel very helpful and find me some grays. There's some weird grays out there. I say weird because they're like gray, kind of leaning a yellow or a green, or you know what I mean? Oops, somebody need coffee. And I want more like, stop that. The coaster I made has blues and grays. If you looked at my house, you would see my aesthetic. Teal, dark blues, dark red, some browns, a little bit of gold. I'm not a fan of gold. Although I have a couch that is gold. It didn't look gold when I ordered it. I'm trying to remember which couch that is. So I was thinking, I've got all these fabrics already put together. I've got, let's see, this one is cookie dough, which is wider than the caramel macchiato. And I'm pretty sure these were in the navy by, I think, Wilmington. Oh, good heavens. Wilmington. I think they're all by Wilmington. Yeah, they are. Because I also have, there's also some random blues in here that are a little bit lighter, which is where the coaster fabric came from. A layer cake in that. I think I could do something with that. I don't know what yet, but I'm thinking a bed runner instead of a quilt. And I looked at bed runner sizes. Apparently there's a standard at some shops. I just looked up standard bed runner. I know, I hate messes. I lost this pencil yesterday. I lost it on my keyboard right in front of me. Misty Dome. That one, she did, I'm pretty sure it was a Hunter Star that exploded out. And I was like, I could do that with the blues, with this. And these are both from the Quilt Builders card deck. I put one block on top of the other one in the center, scanned it, put it on my computer because I like to make things harder than what they are. I also think, although Melissa did this is the rose, something rose one. Melissa did the rose in all HSTs. I will be in chat, I promise, in just a minute. All HSTs I ordered Friday from Fat Quarter Shop. They're triangles on a roll and flying geese. I have both of those printed. There's in multiple sizes. There's the small ones. But I thought, okay, when I looked at this, I see flying geese here, here, and here. Normally I would do HSTs because my flying geeses aren't always on point, but that's why I was thinking, well, if I order the FPPs from them, plus I've never tried them, so I'll find out what kind of paper they are. I like this paper. It comes off very easily. I don't like the fabricy FPP printable paper that you buy and then you print your own stuff on it. It's much heavier, and in fact, it is still on some of The FPP I did. Because I don't want to tear it off. Anyway, that was one of my thoughts. My other thought was for my panels. See? Swirl, swirl, swirl. Get in chat, and I'll come back to the panel idea. Okay. Oh, I didn't miss too much. Lori, thanks for the reminder. Coleen, lint roller, I need a new one. Marla, I have attended 2 retreats with Shannon and scheduled for another one in April 2024. She is awesome. Cool. I was looking at some of her, I saw her last blog and the shorts she put out from this weekend. Living vicariously. When you can't leave the house, it's really nice to see everybody like that. Good vibes coming from them. Tracy says don't use a very small stitch length and it will be fine. Lori says I like Shannon and her content. Marla says I use by Annie vinyl for my whips project bags. I love it. For an entire bag, I think I would. I would much rather use the by Annie because I can get calipers out. I'm not allowed to touch the calipers. There's some things in the garage I'm not supposed to touch. Do I not touch them as far as my husband is concerned? Yes, I don't touch those things. But I was thinking I could get the calipers out and see what those are, the thickness of them. But the by Annie, I think is much thicker, and it would be better in a bigger piece like that. I tried project bags. Delayed decisions. That's what project bags are. Just like these drawers over here. But I'm going to keep it to just a couple. And I think I would like the thicker ones for that. For a small, just a label cover. Nothing wrong with using something thin. For me, if it bugs you, don't do it. I don't know why we have to tell people all this all the time. You're doing something and somebody's like, oh, you shouldn't do that. That doesn't work like that. That doesn't work like this. You do? Seems simple. Let's see. And there are great ideas. If you don't read the comments underneath videos, you should, because there are great ideas in the comments. What did I miss? Deborah, I need to get back into my sewing room. I put the purse I was making in timeout. Can't put my legs up in there, so haven't been back in for a while. Oh, that stinks. Sherlock so says, I'm sorry. Well, I need to get you fixed up. I need to get Sylvia fixed up. Practically Creative Deborah, never estimate a good footstool. Then that sucks. It's probably 8 gauge. Yeah. I'm thinking it's way, way thinner. Tracy said that. I have several people who make bags and beautiful bags in the chat who know what they're talking about, and I don't. You can put tape under your foot if you need to for sewing the vinyl. You can put tape under it. I did try that. It did make a mess. I did it wrong. That's all right. Scotch tape the cloudy stuff under your foot. Tracy says, see, this is where the bag makers come in handy. They don't just stand there and look pretty and do links and be amazing in the chat. They have helpful tips for you. Deborah needed coffee. Well, I actually have timestamps on. She's probably back by now. And Lena's back. Had to go close the window. Neighbors have a rubber roof, but on an outside shed, it stinks. Ugh. Tracy Albert says the vinyl that bed sets come in is great. Also, it's thick. Yeah. Good thinking. I should have saved that instead of throwing away those bags I decluttered. I try to think realistically, how much of it am I going to use? Realistically. Because I'm not a bag maker. I'm not, and just like the interfacing, I don't plan on having to use a ton of that stuff ever. So I don't need a lot stored. But when you want it, you want it. So, let's see. Deborah. Back, but dang it, stubbed my toe on a potato bin. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh. Okay. Go to TMI. If you don't care. We need to know what's said. We need to know what's said. One says that rubber was making the whole house smell. Yeah, as it heats up. Oh, Practical Creative. I want to make a couple of those blocks in the blue and green, loving their colors. I know that. I want to say a jade green, emerald green. Oh, that is so pretty. And I'm not. I'm particular about my shades of green too. I like the deep hunter green, that green that Shannon's using. I don't know what you call it. I don't remember. I love it. Stonehenge. I don't remember who makes it. They have some of the prettiest deep colors. Stephanie was using that, Quilting with Stephanie Stitches here on YouTube. She was using that for the blue, and that's that blue right there. That's what that is. That's that Stonehenge. I had a gradient charm pack, and I also have some 2.5-inch jelly roll strips. I don't know if they call them jelly rolls there. I can't remember. But the dark blue of that gradient is so pretty, and I can't wait to see all of them that she does. Which phone is going? But what I was going to say earlier, she called it, Melissa says she thinks she called it jade. Good morning, Don Denny. You can also buy a Teflon foot for the machine for very cheap on Amazon. Like I said, I don't want more feet to keep track of. Just like that thing back here, I don't want more stuff sitting on my things. So as wrong as this is, and it is wrong, I'm not having trouble with my stitches consistency unless it's me. So I'm okay with it up here. It works. Use the giant spool that way until I get, I don't want one. Long and short of it is, I don't want an extra thing to sit in my line of sight when I'm over there. Oh, jade. Okay. The other thing was, and that's why I had this phone on, my timers went off on the other phone. The other thing I thought would be fun, because I'm a terrible follower. I am terrible at following along with quilt alongs. I tried 3. They made me anxious because one was a mystery. One wanted things done as they wanted them done. I mean, I'm just not going to do that. And I was like, that kind of burnt me out on participating with other people. Now, if they do a block that I really liked, like that one star, I can't think what it's called, but it's got all the half squares, triangles. I'm sure I've got it. It's in my quilt builder deck probably somewhere. But anyway, I thought, okay, I was struggling with picking which block I was going to do. I was trying to keep them simple, that I was going to do on a Monday morning. Since mostly I talk on Monday mornings anyway, I don't think it really matters. But I got this from Halo Inspired. It is the Quick and Easy Block Tool. Exclamation box and exclamation box 2, I think, is what I have these both under. There are also links underneath the video to these. I was thinking actually I was going to do it by page number, and it dawned on me I should just do it by, everyone is numbered. Don't look at the instructions. Be good. Everyone is numbered. This has number 1 through, and I am going to do this before I get off. 1 through 110. That's how many I have it. So I got a number generator on my phone. Put 1 and let's make sure. Hopefully it's still working. I just Googled random number generator and whatever came up, that's what I'm using. Random number generator. I didn't reset it. I did that earlier, making sure it worked. Put 1 through 110. Generate. 56. Hopefully that shows up as 56 for you. So then I'm going to go, I'm going to write down number 56. On a sheet of paper. And what is 56? Mosaic number 2. I can do that. Whatever number 56 is, let's see if I can do this without showing anything that you don't need to see. Stop messing on my fingers. You nosy people. So that's the block I'm going to do. Next Monday, we hope. I'm going to get it cut for, I can do 1 block. I have days where I can't do anything all day long. And I still have a house to keep up with. So YouTube's going to be where YouTube's going to be. But anyway, I thought, I know Shannon and Stephanie. I know Stephanie's name. Stop being judgmental. There's a whole lot going through this head right now. They are, they've choose some blocks and they are letting people vote on them. And you can go to their channels to figure out how they're doing that because it's very cool. They don't pick the final block. You do. You pick which block they're going to do. And they have it all set up so you can do that. Directions on Stephanie's channel, directions on Shannon's channel. In fact, Stephanie may send you over Shannon's. Anyway. That's how they're doing it. And I was like, there is too much unknown in this for me. I promise you I will be doing one of those blocks. And may even do it in 2 colors. But I cleared a drawer out over here. Because I want to do some red, white, and blues. I've got those green colored strips over here. That go just fine with these. So it's not necessarily 2 color. And I ordered some more bee themed. I don't know why I've decided to do bee themed. I'm not a bee person. I've ordered some more bee fabric from Halo to go with this panel. And I'll do the same thing. Pick one. The box. But I'm going to try to get those FPP papers I ordered. Plus I ordered some more from Halo because she had a 3-inch finished in stock. The box, I would have to, and I'd have to like do it by tens or something because I don't want to sit here on a live and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and to figure out which one I'm going to do. They're in no order. In fact, these actually have all the directions for the way I did them that I've already done. So I thought maybe that will get me back on track because I'd like to make something in colors that I really like. And the colors of my house I really like. I was very intentional when I bought for it. I wanted to make sure they matched. I got them on my computer. I put the colors up next to each other on my computer because I have no sense of decorating. I don't. Not any. If it comes together, then great. If it doesn't, I'm terrified of it. Anyway, I thought I could do the same thing with these, but in the order that they are, I need some tabs on here though, because I don't want to count through them. And the ones in this book come in, I don't think I'm going to get told for this. And if I do, well, this video will be taken down and then I really have an I don't care problem. I never intentionally give away personal information or information on patterns because writing patterns is hard and you need to be a little bit respectful, a little bit respectful. I need to be respectful of the people who are writing the patterns, such as worksheets for the sewing machine cover, in my mind, which means I'm not giving you away the direction. I'm not giving away the directions. But in the book, they come in 7. I need to reread to see if these are finished or unfinished. It tells you if they're finished or unfinished. I can't remember what they are. Block sizes. I'll figure that out by next week. So it gives you the sizes in this book: 7, 10.5, 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter. I don't like where measurements like that for me. 14 and 17.5. Now the builders, quote builders deck, which I do have the other one in my Amazon cart just sitting there waiting for me. I've already done. The deck gives you 6, 8, 10, 12, and 36. And I am almost positive that is finished. It has directions in here. It tells you how to read these. It even gives some layout suggestions. And I don't know if Halo is still going to be able to do it because they've got the brick and mortar store they're opening. But she was going to do some type of quilting. I may be putting words in her mouth. Angel over Halo Inspirations using the book, and I was going to do a block or two that she does just because I can. Anyway, I may start it on a live. I may finish it off the live because the longer I sit here, the more trouble I get into. Anybody else have that problem? The longer your mouth runs, the more likely you are to say something you regret. I pray that I can keep my mouth shut before every live. I pray that I don't say anything too snarky or rude. I think I keep those down pretty good. On my own. On my own. I have help. Trust me, I have help. But anyway, the directions they give, like this one, is that a trapezoid where it's angled this way, a rectangle with like, I would figure out how to do that with HSTs. Let's see what I'm talking about. This right here. Those lighter orange pieces. And yeah, I was biting my nails this week, so I had to paint them. That's why they look horrible. It has whatever rhombus. Weird names are coming to my head for angles. Shapes. College kid could tell me. I'm sure some of you could tell me. Diamond star. Diamond star. Okay. That one? No, don't the one they're doing. The one they're doing. Okay. Anyway. Deborah has a Teflon foot. Oh, no stitches. Thank you, Melissa, for putting the boxes in there. Has to wear triangles. It has to wear, oh, what did I not have what is it under? It's underneath the video. The link, click show more. And let's see if I can grab that. I thought I put the book in there. I have my cheat sheet for Nightbot up, but this is faster. I don't have to read through everything. Okay. Deborah Holman, I bought the book from Fabric Patch. Oh yeah, Fabric Patch showed it. Actually, I saw them show it after I saw Halo show it, so. Fabric Patch had it. Oh, and I had another Fabric Patch. When I started sewing, I had delusions of grandeur. First was the double wedding ring that I wanted to learn. But then they did a class, online class, with one of their patterns, a row sampler. They did it in blues and whites, which of course got my attention. They make me think of snow, and I love it. Anyway, I have that class saved on my favorites, and I bought the pattern last year, and I thought maybe I could do, for the bed runner, I could even do like this in the center, and then some of theirs from that pattern that I got on the sides. There's just so many things I want to do. I wish I had this desire to create in my 20s. I could have got things done instead of being out there, splitting wood, all that other unnecessary stuff. So, and fun fact about me, if you followed me for a while, if you haven't, you don't know. For years, I worked in a nasty old unautomated factory that tore apart transmissions and put them back together. And that's what I did. I didn't have a cushy office job where you stay nice and clean. No. And once I even had, and this is not so much fun fact, but it was very frustrating. They have solvent tanks. Think nail polish. I know you guys don't really care, but think nail polish remover. They have tanks of extremely strong nail polish remover to help clean the parts. Well, you get these tanks, and when the solvent comes out clean, then it cleans and it's dirty and it goes into a tank, and you take the tank and you have to dump it. They had a new guy on this job that had to dump the tank. So you have to hold the hose in there. Think of vacuum in a hole. You have to hold the hose or it pops out. And solvent goes everywhere. Now, some things may seem like common sense. If that's wiggling around, you need to hold it down or you're going to have a mess to clean up. This dude, husband makes fun of me when I say dude. I don't even know why. I think I get it from my dad. This dude was over there it was like minutes before work started. I was walking down the aisle. He had the solvent hose in the tank, not hanging onto it. It popped out all over me. All over me, the solvent went. I went in the ladies' room, that green, gritty soap. I took a bath in the ladies' room. They have little showers, eye wash stations. You're not going to use that. I went in the ladies' room and I took a shower. Somebody got me an extra shirt to change into, and I'm sitting here going, what is wrong with him? That sucked. So it was not a nice, clean, pretty job. But I did it because, kids got to eat. Why? I don't know. They have to eat. They have to be, taken care of. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Oh, I see other things. I just saw that comment about 4th of July, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And I thought about Christmas too. I do not need any more Christmas fabric. If you were with me last Christmas, you know I have bought enough. Melissa's asking, is that finished or unfinished size? I really need, I'll look through it because I'm sure it tells. My eyes are just not going to it quickly. Actually, that doesn't say right there. You'd think it would specifically say finished or unfinished. The cards do, but you got to look for it. In the back. That's something I wish they would have done. They would have put it up there. Once you know, but let's see, finished block. Nope, that wasn't it. Everybody even has standard mattress sizes. They need to make a standard bed runner size. I'm not seeing it stand out to me, Melissa. I will figure it out, though, and let you know. See how it's driving me nuts. The ultimate no math reference for quilters. That's what it says on the back. So anyway, finished, unfinished. I think the sizes they give are finished. So if it said 10, it would be 10 and a half. I'm 90% certain. I smile because I'm going to say that to my son later and it's going to drive him nuts. The diamond. Okay. Yeah. Melissa said the diamond, which is this block with a different center. And yes, I do like it. And when I got this book, the first thing I noticed was this block wasn't in it, which made the other worth having. Just for that block for me, because I do love it. I don't want to make it. Oh yes, the one that you blah, blah, blah. Deborah, I want to start on making new placemats for upcoming holidays. Yeah, I was thinking most people I know don't use placemats. They're not using a bunch of pot holders, things like that. But, oh, one of the things I ordered from Missouri Star. I love coffee and cocoa related things, especially when they're in the color scheme of, there's a certain shade of red. It's not a bright cherry red. It's more of a brick red that I like. Leans more red than dark though. Anyway, with this kind of color and off-white and the browns, and I was like, they had that in a fat quarter bundle for $20 off of what they normally had, and I was like, oh, I need new kitchen stuff. I need new these coasters. Do I only have one? I might have two. I may have only made one. But I was thinking, you know, I need to make me some of those because I can make me some of those now. And I think that would be very cool. And I was also looking at, you know, heaven help me, bowl cozy templates. I enjoy making bowl cozies. And if I made them again, I would make them again with tea towels. The heavy terry cloth. That's how I made them. That's why I didn't enjoy it. That's how I would make them again because they're very sturdy. I'm not making them. Not right now. Maybe that will hit me later that I want to do that. I'm not making them right now. I can't get in the cozies. Oh, Don Denny, been there. I've had a forklift hydraulic hose. Oh my gosh, bust and it went all over me. Talk about nasty. Oh my gosh. Makes my skin crawl. Melissa says it's probably in the instructions at the front of, or the back. That's where you'd think it would say it really big. Finished size, unfinished size. It might be, but y'all know I'm blind as a bat. And my skimming abilities aren't what they used to be. It does say how to use the charts, and that's what I was looking at. It doesn't say on this in the book. I know it says in that box. I know it says it because I've found it before. It says blank block, grayscale block, piecing diagram, finished block. And then underneath, when it shows all the columns, which piece, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, how many cut of each piece, 1A, 1B, 1C, how many you need of each piece. See, that's kind of confusing to me. It, like this specific one I'm looking at, it's just a random one. Cut one triangle. Or triangle. Cut one rectangle. And then it says need, and it shows like a partial rectangle. See, following their directions would do me in. And then it says block sizes. It doesn't say finished size, unfinished size. It just says block sizes, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, and 15. I really do want to confuse everybody and say, I think that is finished. And if I figure it out, I'm going to write it really big in the book. I write in books or put a post-it in. I thought I had a post-it in here, by the way. Nope, apparently I don't have a post-it. But anyway, those are my ideas to keep me on track, keep me making something pretty, and give you all something to watch because I'm not a teacher. My friends don't like it when I say things like that because you can learn from anybody if you're willing to see something in a different light, I think, is their opinions, probably. And that's my opinion too. There's things that I suppose you can learn from me. I don't know that you could, but maybe. But I am not that organized, detailed. I'm not. If it's a very simple block, I could, like I was doing last year. But there's just something going on in my brain that does not want to sit here with my pretty camera. See, I got different camera setups too. I've got a bar for over here. I've got one that sits on the floor. I put them away because I don't want to do that. I don't enjoy it. I feel like there is way more people out there that do a beautiful job of showing you things. Oh, good morning, Lurking. Oh, Lynn's leaving. Have a good day, Lynn. Let's see. Read that. Bed runner buying guide. Choosing the right one for your bed. Here are the most commonly preferred sizes for bed runners. That is exactly what I found this weekend. And I wrote it down on one of the pieces of papers roaming around my couch in my sewing area. I did. Thank you, Melissa. Mrs. Google Pants. But the queen is the one I was going to use. 74 by 18. 18 seems too narrow to me, so I was going to go with the measuring tape. And some people have an artistic eye, and they can see that I don't like that. Not even going to try to think of the word. The ratio. See, second I try to stop. The ratio of space. I'm thinking I may want bigger than 18 inch, but at 18 inch, the 74 by 18 inch, I've got a queen bed, which is what they recommend. Recommended is not written in stone. Do your own thing. I do all the time. Those would be very easy to do on a home machine. I do those quilts and queen size. Those would fit a queen size bed. How do I know? I put it on mine. I put them on mine to see if they're big enough. I don't actually measure them. I just put the flimsy on top of the bed. If it's big enough, good. If not, I need to add more to make it fit on top of my bed. But I quilt them on these small machines that I got from Walmart. I may have got one at Brother, but Walmart has both of them. So, see, Lynn went away. Well, lovely people, gotta go. Need to pick up a parcel before visiting grandboys. Thank you, Coleen. Take care, everyone. See you next week. Thank you. Enjoy those grandbabies. Boys, I think I'm at the age I may be calling 20-year-old men boys. Grandbabies. You have a 20-year-old grandson, I'm probably going to say it's grandbaby. What was it? Somebody said something about there was a guy on something to get us old women to watch it. And I was like, I have sons this age. That's not even the realm of my thoughts. Ugh. Now, see? I need to stop making faces, but I suddenly can't stop making that one. But I am going to try to get some chaos control to what I am doing again. I wasn't doing too bad last year. And then it became a job. And it's just, I need to put stuff on YouTube since I stopped doing shorts and just doing when I feel like them, which I can't do right now because I did something on my phone this weekend. It's a problem. So since I stopped doing shorts, I am enjoying the little bit of time on YouTube more. So make shorts and really build my channel faster, or enjoy what I'm doing and let it grow slowly. I'm okay with slow. I don't have the mental space. If you've got the mental space for both, you do you. Like Melissa, Sylvia, they're my heroes. Okay. Lynn left. Have a great day, Lynn. Everybody's probably getting tired, getting ready to leave. Brendan Foley, by the way, said good morning, lurking. I think I'm hilarious. If you don't read what I put underneath my videos, sometimes I think I'm very funny. Morning, Brenda, Don Denny said. Good morning, Brenda. Sorry, that was rude of me. Deborah says, I have a 26-year-old grandson living with us. See, and it's your baby. It's one of your babies. Don't say it to them, because I now have a rabbit visiting. Squirrel rabbits. Oh my. But you know, Pretzely Creative, one of my 60-year-old female friends is dating a 25-year-old. Things I wish I would have read in my head before I said out loud. Oh. Jean Brittingham at Captain Stitches. Good morning. Good morning. I have seen you. I can't remember if I've seen you on I've seen you over in Marie's, and I think over at my friend 100 Proofs, probably a lot of other places. I can't remember where I've been half the time. And this week I was really catching up on channels that I hadn't been able to watch for the year hardly. We're talking plans, random thoughts, things that I throw on the floor. I'll go up here. I will finish doing the stitching on this today, so I can go over that. And I have a drawer over here with the fabrics that I want to use for the next two, just stuck in a drawer, because, okay, you know I'm a Pat Sloan fan. If you don't know that, hi, I'm Coleen. I'm a Pat Sloan fan. She does organizing and tidying and sewing. I mean, she was probably the first person I saw consistently talking about how she's putting things and organizing, and also the auditioning of fabrics. See, now I'm going to go with fangirl. But it was so, I need to control my chaos. And she was helping me think of things, of ways that I could do that. And she has these plastic project boxes all in a neat cubby, stacked up, and talk about heroes. I thought about that. I have one plastic because I use it for scrapbooking, and that just doesn't work for me. That's not going to work for me. But I thought I can clear out a couple of these drawers because, well, she's a business, and don't get me wrong, she is a business. I imagine it is very beneficial to her to be as organized as she is. I love it. I dream of being like that. Not a business, but that organized. But I cleared out a couple of these drawers to keep only the projects I'm working on. Only the projects I want to work on, and I'm going to keep it down. There's only 3 empty drawers over there. So that's what it's going to be kept down to. And if I get bored on one, I can work on the other one. I can keep minimal fabrics in there with them. So 2 or 3, I don't need all of them. I say that, and then you're going to catch me with all of them spread out because girl needs options. Oh, Mary G, good morning. Oh, somebody said diapers. What did I miss? Pretzely Creative says, I can't imagine what they talk about. Diapers? Oh, I've got to stop reading the comments out loud. If you want to see the shenanigans, please watch the chat. And the chat doesn't come up immediately after the live. It usually takes 6 to 12 hours, and I've noticed it seems to be dependent on the length of your life too, how long it takes them to process that stuff. So it'll take a while for that chat to come up. Oh, Pat Sloan has 700. Wow, 700 finished quilts in her house, Melissa says. Jean Brenningham at Kept in Stitches, have all my projects and UFOs inventoried by number and listed where they are located as well. Organizing hole, here I come. Wow. Oh, see, this space is so small. I imagine that would help though, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, even with the small space, if you get an organizational system that works for you, and everyone has one that works differently for them, it might be easier to get things done. I kept telling my husband, I was getting so aggravated. I was so frustrated this weekend. He's like, why do you keep doing YouTube? You're frustrated. That's not what I'm frustrated at. I'm frustrated because I can't get this space to work and keep working for me. I had everything pulled out. Everything was on the floor. And I was, like I said, I was throwing things. This doesn't belong here. This doesn't belong here. This doesn't belong in here. I brought it in here for whatever reason and didn't put it back in its home. And I told him, I said, like, I just need to get it to organized to where I can function without bringing everything out. But, you know, we like all the fabrics. Speaking of fabrics, the Stonehenge ones, the blue over here, Stonehenge, I have a panel of theirs, a patriotic one, red, white, and the white is more like the parchment I like. It's an off-white, and blue. And Fat Quarter Shop has yardage of those. I am thinking about going there and ordering some today, but I need to go by my friend's Etsy shop, Quilting with Stephanie Stitches, to see if she's got anything that screams at me. I have enough. I have enough charm packs. So no one ever. Anyway, what was I going to say a second? Oh, I was going to look underneath my crazy woman. Crazy woman. Oh, I told you that I make myself laugh. Now, if for some reason you can't read what I put in the description underneath my video, I'm going to tell you what it says because I think I'm funny. Let's see. Melissa says, I'm a visual organizer. If I can't see things, I forget I have them. I love labels. I've realized that's a problem I have. I need it labeled specifically, pretty specifically. Or like my bins I'm making, by theme. And I need some fall fabrics, I think. I don't have very many what strike me as fall fabrics. Oh, but I don't have any fall. They have I don't like the truck so much. They have a panel at Fat Quarter Shop. Coleen, finish a sentence. They have a panel at Fat Quarter Shop. Wishes for fall, something like that. It is perfect for my house. It's the teal, the browns, all those colors. And I was like, now that's the color it looks like on my monitor. That's the color of tealish I like. And I thought, oh, now I could do that for fall. I could make some things to change out in my house because I don't have anything to change out in my house. It's too much work. But if I got one bin, seasonal bin, and put a handful of things in there, like for the kitchen or, you know, a table runner or something like that. Oh, ottoman. I have these ottomans over here. They're storage, so they open up. I thought if you made like kind of like the table runner, but put a sheet in the center or just a piece of cotton fabric, either would work. Dangle the other two on either side, so you've decorated your ottoman. And still don't have to fight a whole lot for it being enclosed or anything to get into it. We have two ottomans here because storage is a problem. I don't even know what's in that one. It may have been here. But anyway, if you put the sheet and then let it drape down on the sides, and you can open your ottoman and get into it easily. And we do use them to put our feet on. I have to have my feet up because of my spine. My husband has back problems too, so his feet go up quite a bit most of the time. So our feet are on top of the ottomans. And although we don't wear shoes in the house, and we're clean and all that, I don't want feet on it. I don't want to make a pretty block and then put your feet on it. I'm pretty sure I got that from my mom when we were little. Dirty little feet running around all the time, because who's going to wear shoes in the summertime? Not us. Oh, okay. See, I still haven't got to what I said that I thought was so funny. Oh, Sherlock's sorry she's back. Oh. Deborah says this, me too, label everything. You've seen Melissa's sewing room. It's always a rack ESP when I have projects going. Deborah says mine is currently like that. Been putting stuff in there, but not where they belong. And that is exactly what I did yesterday. When I got everything out of here, I had it all nice and neat in there until I decided to clean out the drawers in here. And now I have empty containers. I have random things sitting around. I imagine that will get taken care of this weekend when I watch Dee Dee, or before, when I put her on. Dee Dee is my friend over at My Big Tidy Up. She does cleaning, organizing, and all that stuff. And yes, I watch her. She inspires me to get off my lazy behind and go do. Anyway, underneath my video, I put, bet y'all would love for me to have a plan you could follow. Have you met me? 8-Ball says, very unlikely, but I have ideas to help me be easier to follow and random at the same time. Keep it in mind, I do what I like, and usually because I've seen something from one of the channels I follow. If I lost my train of thought, if I use something and I can remember where I have seen it, all links will be below. Let me clarify that. Below, I also put them up in cards. Yes, you're supposed to use those to direct people to your own videos. I rarely do that because that's boring to me. Oh, I really like random blocks with the panels like I did last year. Doing what someone else is exactly, even using different fabrics, drives me nuts. LOL. I don't tend to follow directions well, but get it done somehow. Perfection won't be found here. If you're looking for perfection, grammar lessons, or to give grammar lessons, walk on. Ain't nobody got time for that, covert trolls. Nothing but good vibes going on here. I don't know why I do that. Because I think I'm funny. I tell my husband all the time, if you're really funny, you don't have to tell people you're funny. Sometimes people don't get me. Many times he doesn't get me. That's why I make so many faces, so there is no mistaking my attitude. Yes, Jean. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, except for I don't like pockets hanging off of things. That's a me thing. That is a me thing. Everybody else, I've seen them. They're adorable. Like those little machine. Oh, what do you call them? The rugs that go underneath your machine that dangle and have those pockets there. Those don't work for me. But that is a great idea if you need extra storage and you have little things like the remotes, a notepad, a pen that I always keep around me. Those would be great and easily gotten to. Good idea. I need to scroll back up. Jean does say hello, Practically Creative, and anyone else I forgot. Sorry, it is hard to keep up in chat. Oh, I missed that. See, I even missed that. Oh. Whoa, Jean labels everything. Okay, Jean Brittingham, and I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, kept in stitches, and I squint because I can't see. Yep, I label everything, including my cuts of fabric as I cut them for a project pattern, and then the blocks as I do them also. I'm very OCD. I love that. I do. I enjoy watching people that create like that. And then I look at my stuff and go, It's 50-50. I might label if I think I'm going to forget it. I have those little numbers, and I even have words that say top, bottom, and all that. I might label. Oh, it would be easier on my brain if I did, because I'm a little bit OCD, according to my friends. Oh, Jean, do you have a channel? I think she does. And Melissa asked if Jean had a channel, and she needs to see how she organizes. And Jean did say you could make the pocket part. You hang down the sides also to store things you use without having to open it then. Yes, Jean did say that. Thank you for Jean's channel. I can't remember if I'm subscribed to her or not. And I don't know if she's in my bot. I generally put in my bot people I am subscribed to. Because if I like them, that's a quick, easy way for you to check out new people. Oh, look at that. Subscription love going on. I should do that less. Thank you very much, Melissa. Melissa said to Jean, so I can look after this. And Deborah subbed. I look later today, Jean. Lori says. Jean says, like your shirt and what it says. Coleen says, chat, thank you very much. Kindness matters. What I usually say is kindness matters even on YouTube. Jean says, yes, I don't like pockets hanging down in front of my machine either. And Deborah says, I use labels as I will forget. Yeah, and see, that's something that I'm learning. Not about the labels. I'm learning what my mind likes and dislikes, because you look at somebody else's sewing room, go look at somebody else's space, like my friend Dee's. Oh, that is just organizational heaven. And she'll tell you it's a work in progress. Oh, maybe she won't tell you it's a work in progress, but she revisits things because they don't work like she thought they would. And it's when I was watching people organize, and I watched a lot of organizing, just organizing house, it seemed like they would put organizational things in place and it worked like a dream and it was so satisfying. Everything fit perfectly. Well, you don't see the outtakes. You don't see that, that might be the fourth organizational system they've put there. And then I'm sitting here going, why doesn't it work for me? Why can't I get this to work for me? Because duh. Oh, that's just the smartest thing I've done all day on a live. Our brains work differently. What is it functional for us may not be functional for someone else. That's why we look at everybody's stuff. Look at everybody's stuff. I am such a bad person. John didn't even. My stuff is organized chaos. My stuff is. It's as organized as it's gonna get. But these. I'll tell you, these things right here, I got move stuff, don't spill your coffee. There's lots of things to control. I got these at Dollar Tree. They're for kitchen organizing. They hold the 2.5-inch strips perfectly. I actually got them for something else entirely. I was like, well, for that price, if it doesn't work like my mind thinks it will, and it didn't, I can either get rid of it without feeling bad, give it away without feeling bad, or see if I can repurpose it. And I have repurposed it. Oh, I've decided to start collecting jar packs. Mini. I got those from the Fat Quarter Shop. Oh, long and bleeding, quilting with Stephanie Stitches. She did that bag that I have still not done out of charm packs, mini charm packs. And I was like, I have charm packs, but why not get some mini charm packs? I'm really not going to start collecting those. I'm hoarding panels. I'm hoarding other stuff. Let's be honest. They're not being used. It's just hoarding right now. Collecting. I've got quite the collection going on. Oh, Gene. Well, I am blessed to have a separate building in my backyard built by the Amish that I call my stitching cottage. Oh, that is awesome. I love that. So that's why I kept telling my husband, I was like, if it was a little bit bigger, I think I could easily organize it. But since I have the drawers here and I have a cheap bookcase from Walmart and a 4-cube organizer. And I'm trying to keep my stuff within those limits without buying more pieces of furniture because it's so small. The house is so small. I'm trying very hard. And I kept telling him, I need to get what we have to work better for me. And I can get there. It may take me years. It took me 5-6 years to get my house organized to the point where it was not as much of a chore to take care of. But a whole different cottage. See that we have a room back there. It's like 9 by 10. And there's other people's stuff in there. And I am not allowed to get rid of other people's stuff. I did put other people's stuff up on the wall though, to get it off the floor to make it easier for me to vacuum. Anderson, for you, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello, my friend Martha. She says, hello, Coleen and everyone. Martha, who is Dee? Oh, Dee. Dee is at my big tidy up here on YouTube. She does everything organizing, cleaning, decluttering. That's something that I do often. And I don't show you my decluttering because I don't want y'all to freak out about the stuff that I get rid of. Oh. We have just scrolled. Melissa says I have issues with home edit. I'm not going to stack my cookies in a spiral in my cookie jar. Grandkids don't like them out that way. I want to be that girl. That's the girl I want to be. That is not the girl I'm going to be. I can't keep up with things like that because that would have to be maintained. You can't have the cookie jar. Somebody's reached in and got a cookie and knocked them. No. You need to put those back where they were. Otherwise, I'm going to go nuts. Dee Dee has a cocoa. She has a coffee bar. And it's got cocoa and holiday themed things go over there with little stuff you can put in. You've got to see what Dee Dee does. Can you tell? I like my friend. Oh, let's see. Dawn says, Melissa, my cookies don't even make it to the cookie jar. Ziploc bag. I'm lazy. What was it I made? They followed me into the living room because I put them in a Ziploc bag. I put them in a Ziploc bag. They followed me in the living room and I ate all of them. What was it? It was something. Chocolate covered pretzels. It was a huge container of chocolate covered pretzels. Once it went in a Ziploc bag, it was easy to bring into the living room. I ate all of them in like 2 days. It was a big container. I was so ashamed. I was like, I'm not getting chocolate covered pretzels anymore because I don't have that kind of self-control, I guess. That was just like 2 weeks ago. Oh, no. If it follows me, see how I'm not taking responsibility for that? It follows me into the living room. And I have no choice but continue eating it as I'm scrolling through things. Oh. Let's see. Where do we go? Jean, as you said earlier, it takes time to find what works for you and the space that you have. Absolutely. And don't beat yourself up if it's not the space that everybody else has. And I spent a lot of time doing that. I spent a lot of time thinking, why can't I? Why can't I? It takes time. Not for everybody. Some people. I know a woman who legit walk-in closet, probably as big as my living room, stuffed with clothes. She can go to a thrift store, see something, and know exactly what it will match in her closet. I'd lose stuff in that closet. But she just could. My brain doesn't work like that. Which may be why I have like 20 total tops, maybe. Less is more for me. Okay. Oh, there is Dee Dee's link if you want to check her out. And she's up to like 12K. 12? Yeah, she was up to like 12K. And oh, yeah. By the way, if you haven't visited my landing page, which is my main page when you go onto YouTube, you will find all kinds of quilty friends, quilty shops. This is not an end all be all. This is just some of the ones I remember to put in there when I remember to do it. And long armors, I only have a couple long armors there, but it's the ones I know of. I bet that's a message telling me, shut up, woman. Oh my gosh, my husband's going to call and I'm going to get in trouble. So I need to wrap this up. No, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with this phone since I reset it. No, I don't know what it is. If you have messaged me on my phone, I'm going to have to figure that out. My phone did weird things to me this weekend. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Oh, see, it was good for everybody. It's good seeing everybody, and I appreciate you joining me so early. Monday morning early is it's when I have the best chance to be able to be upright for, well, 2 hours. Now, the next 2 days, I'm going to do nothing, regretting my life choices today. But I had fun. I hope you had a good time. Let's see. Life's too short. It used to be like that, but then realized life's way too short. Maybe that's why I'm divorced now. Dawn. Life's too short. Get the things. Isn't that's on a fabric panel. Life's too short, buy the fabric. My mom sent me a meme that says, it has a woman in front of a fabric store with a cup and 2 women walking by. One says to the other one, don't give her fabric. She'll just buy, don't give her money. See, I already missed her. Don't give her money. She'll just buy fabric. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we will see you around. Don't forget, check out that. My voice, my words have left, which clearly means it's time to go. Thank you for joining. Thank you for having fun. I'm going to have some hauls when I get my orders from Missouri Star and from Halo and anyone else I decide to shop with this week. Assuming my phone does not go completely out and my plans change. It happens. Be the light you hope to see in others. Kindness matters, even on YouTube. Have a great week. Love you guys.